All right, guys, welcome to the episode 4 Gentlemen No Class podcast. On today's show, we are going to give you Netflix's original TV show called Stranger Things, a little take on that, and The Walking Dead comic book. We read volumes 1. Well, most of us read volumes 1, and we're going to give you a review. However, the one that did not read volume 1 is a big fan of the show, so that's kind of cool. We'll be able to get his take on it because I don't like the show. So stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, welcome back. It's been a long-awaited podcast. We've been away. What have we been up to, guys? I've personally just been working, coming home, and tending to my family.
No. Don't be modest now. I see something you got in your backyard. What you got in your backyard there?
Yeah. Well, I've been doing a little woodworking here.
Not between the legs either.
No,
be more specific, boy.
I've been I made a bench, man. I'm very proud of it. I made an entry table, and I got another project. Every weekend for the past 3 weeks, I've been doing something. I've been try to, just do some woodworking. Maybe I could flip it, turn it into a little side business. I don't know. Wishful thinking, but I enjoyed it. I jammed to some Slayer, building this stuff, and I listen to the music I like, and it's very relaxing for me. So that's what I've been doing. What about you guys?
Yeah, productive. A lot more than me.
But I was very more productive than what I've been up to. Just work, eat, sleep, repeat.
There you go. Sounds like that Tom Cruise movie. What was it called?
I was thinking more of PM Today.
No. The Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Sleep, repeat, whatever. I don't think that's what it is.
That's not what it's called, but I know what you're talking about. The one with Emily Blunt. Yeah, she's in it too. Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of the same, just not trying to be overwhelmed with things and trying to get life under control. Yeah.
Get the weight off your back.
Yeah. So, just working on myself, as they say, and Got a lot of things under control this time. Feeling better. Actually, wanting to live.
But I'll end you right now if you want it. Yeah. I got the knife right here. No, but
you mean your wallet, not your knife. That's how I refer to your wallet, your knife.
But sounds very interesting.
No, it's not.
It's interesting to me, actually, guys. So we tapped into the Walking Dead comic book series. I've been reading it for a while, actually, and I kind of stopped and get back on it and stop again and get back on it. But I told Paul and Rav to, maybe if you want to try reading it, you might be interested. Maybe we can make a little segment out of it and,
something to talk about. Maybe every, 3 shows we'll probably hit you up with another volume, review and stuff. But we did read volume 1. And Raph is the one that did not read it. That one person that did not read it.
Not the one
but it's cool because he's a big fan of the show.
Yes, I am.
Whenever we get caught up to the show in the comic book series, that means you're going to have to start reading the comic.
Well, see, that's the beautiful thing about this is because the fact that y'all went back to read the graphic novel, it's because the show is a big thing. It's a really huge thing among a lot of people. It's just, it is a good show.
Absolutely.
And this upcoming season, when it's coming back, it's just everyone's on the edge of their seat to find out who's gonna die, pretty much.
Ain't nobody.
Have you ever really been on the edge of your seat? I know it's a saying, but have you actually guys ever done that?
Yeah, whenever it's a close game, I keep my eyes up to the edge of the sofa, and I'm like, man, he needs a score or whatever.
I don't think we should be friends anymore.
It's the real thing, edge of the seat. Unlike that stupid Tom Cruise movie, Edge of Tomorrow.
But, there we go. That's the movie.
Edge of Tomorrow. Yeah. No, that was what you're referring to was the the tagline or for the film is something
eat, sleep, repeat. No, not eat, sleep, repeat. It's something
eat, sleep, repeat.
Dick,
nice.
And Damn,
Tom Cruise.
My beef with Tom Cruise, and I mean, it might be a great movie. It looked visually, visually appealing, but
it is.
My beef with Tom Cruise started back in World of Worlds, and it kind of go to Brad Pitt with his World Z because. In those movies, and it's not really the actor's fault; it's the writer, I guess. But in those movies, it just so happened that the key events that's happening worldwide,
the one individual,
the key events that's happening.
We have
Tom Cruise is.
I disagree. I disagree. There's got to be one individual who's walking around.
Sometimes
no. Why can't Tom Cruise get phoned in or it's on the tablet this happened in Brazil. I don't necessarily have to witness this key event that's happening worldwide, and every single time I'm there when it happens, and I'm there when these aliens get killed. So I'm the most popular man in this world. You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
We had an argument about that a while back. I've already told me, but I was going to defend it, and I can't remember, so I'm not going to even try.
It's all right.
You know what?
Yeah,
Tom Cruise is great.
Oh yeah, Cocktail. Yeah.
The
boat scene, hilarious scene.
So, The Walking Dead.
Back on The Walking Dead.
So, okay, it's what do you think? What's your initial impression of the?
I was gonna mention basically because Raph, he watches the show and he doesn't never read the comic, but you don't watch the show, Jacob. But
I did.
You read more the comic of anything, right? You're more you would actually read the comic and watch the show, right?
Right. Yeah. See, what it was is I was reading the comic before season 1 came out, and then when season 1 came out, and when I saw, I mean, it was all right, but the ending just kind of okay.
Season 1, I think everybody agrees. Well, I pretend the way season 1 ended, it didn't happen.
Before you guys keep going, I wanted what I just said to complete what I was just saying. Raph watches the show, never read it. You're mainly into the comic, but you don't don't really care for the show. But me, I have no idea anything about any of the show. I don't watch the show. I never read the comics.
You're the unbiased voice here.
That's true.
So all three of us have. Yeah,
very different connections to this series, And
I always wanted to get to watch it, but I don't like to overload myself with too much TV. I guess
that's good. Yeah.
So there's just too much. Well, nowadays there's too much TV. It's an epidemic. There's so much TV. It's ridiculous you can't keep up with every single thing. And there's a show here, and there's so many shows competing. It's ridiculous. It's hard to really, keep up with.
Think
all
about
of
it. I don't know who I was talking to about this, but when we were growing up, there was always that one movie we'll put in the VCR and just rewatch it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's unlimited movies. I cannot watch one movie. I mean, I can watch a movie over and over and over again. But you know what I mean? For me, I was growing up and it was The Mask, I think. And that VHS, I don't know how that VHS tape lasted that long, watching it over and over and over. I know that movie line for line, but when you're a kid, I probably had about maybe 10 VHS tapes.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Movies, and I would
the household only had
exactly. Now Voodoo, we have 1,600 movies.
Yeah.
But somebody doesn't pay for them either. But I'm just throwing that out there because I'm a dick.
What's it called? But I still
do
that.
His name is
Raph. Yeah, eat a dick. Anyhow,
for fun, I will.
What's it called? I mean, I still watch some movies. Repeat. I mean, I watched Green Room 5 more times, 5 times, a couple of days ago. So.
Yeah, he walks away from the room when he does that.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I've seen you do it.
I watch I don't know, the newer movies. I don't know if I can see myself watching it over and over and over again, unless it's Batman or Superman, Man of Steel, stuff like that. I always, for some reason, I always tend to American Pie. I mean, I was watching that last night.
Yeah.
Searching for Bobby Fischer. That's in the 90s. Enemy of the State.
That's a great movie, too.
The only movies I watch over and over again are going to be the ones that are made in the 90s for some reason.
Nice.
Justin Laverne will be proud.
Yes, he would. I was going to say, just a quick shout out to Ralph Goodrell.
Oh, yeah, Ralph Goodrell.
I talked to him the other day. He was saying he's been listening to our stuff. And,
oh, nice.
We miss him. Or, I mean, he misses us. I do miss him. I didn't mean like that, Ralph. What the hell would you, Ralph? This is Ralph.
No, Ralph was good people, man. I wish I could hang out with him more, but I think he lives in Bumfuck Town, way out there.
But he did say he wanted some hang out and get some General Tso's, though. He's looking forward to that.
Yeah. But Ralph used to be our when Paul and I were making music. Well, not really, just drinking and playing guitar.
No, we were making music. It seemed like that, but we were making music.
No, for sure. We do have a catalog of MP3s that are not for sale. But Ralph was our drummer, or one of the drummers that we had. We had a couple drummers, and he was awesome. Good
he was the original drummer before it was Roslyn too.
The original drummer for before it was Roslyn. Yeah. That got signed.
Victory Records,
Victory Records. So we're veering off a little bit. So the Walking Dead. Paul, your initial take on the volume. Okay, so for those that you do not know what volumes are usually like a story arc. A story arc takes place, as far as the Walking Dead series, issues 1 through 6. They put them together in a volume, and it's cheaper to read it that way, and it's more entertaining instead of waiting. I think they put out one issue a month, so you got to wait 6 months, half a year to read a whole story arc.
Yeah.
So volume 1 is issues 1 through 6, and Paul, what's your take on that?
Oh, well, I was gonna ask you. I meant to ask you earlier before we started recording, but not necessarily has to do with the storyline itself. But I noticed in the dialogue, certain words are in bold. Why is that?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
A lot of the times when they show like bold letters, it's usually just the volume of the character. Maybe they're shouting or they're emphasizing more on his dialogue or something like that. Okay. But see, and think about these volumes. Whoever prints them, it sucks sometimes, because I got a couple volumes where like page 30 is faded big time. And it's a brand new volume, I mean, it could be something like that too. It could be a misprint, because a lot of these volumes, I think volume 1's on the 6th edition or something like that, so they kind of recycle over the time, people buying them.
But honestly, it looks like it's done on purpose, because a lot of the dialogue I noticed is like, why I kept seeing it. I was repeating, like, why does it keep? I couldn't make the connection. But
when it's bold,
but that makes sense.
It's like a shout.
Okay,
pretty much shouting. Or
I was asking
on that word, on that that one particular thing that he's saying.
I don't care what you're saying, Raph, because I was asking Jacob.
Oh, very nice.
So fuck off. I'll hear you out, I guess, but.
Shut up.
Can you confirm this, Jacob?
Speak to you
I can confirm. I can concur.
I can concur.
No.
I concur.
That's not how it works, Raph. I get to not talk to you. You don't get to not talk to me after I told you I wanted to talk to you. No, I did it first.
Is he still talking?
He's still talking.
Hey, can I get another?
Yes, sir.
No.
All right.
Don't.
What did you,
make him worse. Throw the beer over there.
What's your thought on the
Oh, well, so what I read, no, I liked it. I did enjoy it in Arthur's or the writer's introduction, and how he's explaining why the approach he took it.
Right.
Which, I mean, I'm not too familiar with. I know you're a big fan, Jacob, of zombie, anything like what to do with zombies as far as like films or I don't know exactly comics, but taking this approach the way he did it, focusing on the people and the environment that they're in instead of just zombies attacking them. I like how he says it. He's just taking a different approach. Like, how are these people going to react in this new world that they're living in? Exactly. Zombies are taking over the world.
See, and that's why I like there's zombies movies, and we're running from the zombies. We got to survive, but the trials that these people go through to survive is really what these stories about. It's kind of crazy to say that. For a comic book about zombies, it's really not the main story.
On his notes in the beginning of the comic, he was saying what the main character, what's going to happen to him, but he wants to continue. It's like, no, you're going to know just see how his life is going to be. Good character development, all these characters. Just really necessarily, not a mystery of how he wants to take the show, and like as far as good character development, all these characters. I'm not too sure if you answered my question or not, but like, was there anything like that before? Is what I'm trying to say. That instead of just mainly focusing on zombies, they actually focus on the characters. And
I guess maybe I think Land of the Dead might be.
Well, see, that's the thing. This is
28 days later,
28 days later, and the follow 28 weeks later. Those were two good films.
I remember when it first came out, and I think it was when we were in high school. I think it just seemed pretentious at the time. He's like, "Oh, it's just an amazing film because it was recorded on like some cheap digital camera." I was like, "Fuck you! I don't give a shit about that. Shut up, you prick." Yeah, and it just that fact alone just annoyed me. But and I seen it. What do you mean? Wow.
Nah, just
what the hell does that mean?
The one guy ruined the film for you. For the way he spoke.
I was gonna say, careful what you say because I am your ride home.
Shut up.
But I don't know, just he I don't know who this guy was, but he the way he just came off was like just his nose needed to be rearranged afterwards.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But and either way, when I saw the film too for myself, I was like, I'm just not into horror films that much. That's why.
You're not.
So I'm just trying to give it a chance, but.
But okay, so before we continue on, there's going to be a lot of spoilers. We didn't state the spoilers.
Yeah, if you're interested in reading the comic and you haven't read the comic or the graphic novel, I mean, yeah, there's going to be some spoilers. But
I love this, man. I love how we speak about this. It's like we have thousands of listeners.
But then again, I don't give a damn about the spoilers. I want to know how does the graphic novel open?
So
your dick is in your mouth, and
so it does open pretty much like the TV show. From what I believe.
So he does come out of the...
So, no, Rick...
I wanted... Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off, but the one thing I wanted to call out is like, well, I know it's just a story, but he wakes up, he's been in a coma. I don't think they state... Did they ever state how long he's in a coma?
No, they do not.
Okay. Well, depending how long you're in a coma, I just don't think he could be that physically active. You might need physical therapy. That's what I'm saying. I think you might have to learn how to walk again because you're bedridden for such a very long time.
But see, it doesn't state when this has happened because what if this happened the day before?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it could have been just like a day or so,
or like even a couple of days.
Yeah, I didn't mean to call out the comic book, but I just thought about that.
Yeah,
it's a valid point. Yeah, but it does start off with Rick being shot by I guess a prisoner that escaped from the prison. At that point, when he wakes up, the hospital is abandoned, and he's calling out for help and. No one's there, and he sees this these doors that says that dead inside or something. I forgot what it says, but he opens the doors and it's like a cafeteria full of zombies.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, and then he makes his way out of the hospital and pretty much goes home to see if Lori, his son Carl, and anybody's there, and like, hey, I'm alive, They keep fucking being there by my bedside, right? But of course they're not there. The town's deserted. He sees it's like the end of the world.
Actually, I need to interrupt you again. I'm just kind of thinking about it because he's seeing for the first time, how everything's turned upside down, and I think based on certain. Basically, on some certain scenes or drawings in the comic, it looks like time has actually passed a long time. Actually, I'm just going back to the coma thing because it looks like this happened in a day. Like, I mean, it looks like just some places are just the grass. A lot of unmaintained things have been maintained, and it just seems like a good amount of time's passed.
It makes perfect sense. But can we just go with it. Okay.
Yeah.
They do that?
Quit overthinking.
Shoot at the hip, dude. Okay.
I think that's damn good. Jason, Cliff.
No, but okay. No, I get it. But I mean, I don't know how long your body can last.
Right. I know.
Maybe. I mean, shit.
How much time has passed?
Have you seen the lawn? This shit can grow really high in 2 weeks, dude, if you don't cut it in the summertime. So who knows? If he was in a coma for 2 weeks, I think your body you can still be able to walk. I don't know. I'm not justifying.
Yeah, I'm thinking it way too much.
Okay,
that's fair enough because I'm like that with the Tom Cruise movies.
But you can't pick and choose and defend certain things just because you like it.
Exactly, I'm biased. Okay, so
big time, man.
Okay, so. I want to know, does he meet Glenn just like how he meets him on the show?
No, actually. No, he does, actually, kind of, sort of. So, okay, he goes to his house and no one's there, and he, I guess, goes to his neighbor's house to see if anyone's there, and he gets hit in the head with a shovel by some kid. Okay. And the kid is, I forgot, it's pretty much a father and a son that's taking over the house, and they're like, well, you don't live here and this and that. And like, well, in the meantime, just make sure you keep the house nice because he is a cop. And they know we're just taking over the place because no one's here. And obviously you saw the dead walking. Mm-hmm. So they go to the police station
They give him a car, and it's I forgot his name, man.
Yeah, I was gonna also throw in like, yeah, but there's still like the father and son. Well, the father was shocked that Rick
Rick
didn't know. He didn't know
yeah.
at all. He's like, you don't know what's going on, and Rick, he's completely clueless, of course. But he was in shock that he didn't. Like, how do you not know about this? But obviously he was in a coma. So
right.
So when they get to the police station, they load up with guns. Right?
They load up with guns, and I don't know if that happens in the.
TV it happens with the show, yeah. But I don't remember if the son is there. Do they part ways though? And
they do part ways. He gives them a car, a police car.
Okay, then.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of a dickheaded move in a way, but he was just really concerned about his family. It just seemed like a dickheaded move.
His name's Morgan. That's right.
Yeah,
and his son Dwayne.
Okay,
Dwayne. Yeah, and he helps him out with the police car at the police station. Then he leaves. I believe he leaves for the city.
Yeah.
To find his family. And then that's when he runs into Glenn.
Yeah, okay.
Glenn's the pizza
Asian,
delivery guy,
yeah.
Asian American, please.
Asian American. Oh, man, yeah.
Walter, I'm not talking about the guy who built the railroads here.
Okay, so, he runs into Glenn, who, at the time, I think was out looking for supplies.
Okay.
For his camp. Okay. He saves actually Rick.
Yeah, he saves Rick.
He got into some trouble with the zombies. He's picked their wallets or something. I don't know. Right. And he saves Rick, and Glenn lures him like, "Hey, you should come to our camp," and kind of lures him. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say the issue I read with was Glenn's pants off in front of Rick.
Was what? Singing?
Glenn was his pants off in front of Rick.
I don't remember. No.
Oh, no?
I don't know.
I must have been reading the wrong one then.
No. Yeah. Pants on? No.
Really?
No. I don't know. Maybe.
Is it one of those mystery issues, like, or arbitrary issues, like somebody wants to, like, it's a reprint, but like, redo by this guy?
No, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure his pants were off.
Why was his pants off though? Then
I don't know. I make up shit.
You're making it up.
Yeah. Yes. Anyhow, so he lures him back to the camp.
Yes. And it just so happens that at that camp, Lori and Carl and his whole family say, "Oh, and
Jake is pissed." Wait, Jake is pissed.
I was like, I don't.
Lori, his wife, Carl, his son, and Shane, his partner.
Yeah.
Woohoo, Shane.
Woohoo, heating up. Yeah.
So they're at the camp, just so happen to be. I'm trying to figure out what happens after that.
Oh, basically, everybody's introducing themselves, this and that, and Dale is his name, the older guy with the camper?
Yes,
is that his name?
Name's Dale, yes, sir.
Yeah. Eventually, I think both of them, or Dale and Rick, go in the camper, and Dale tells Rick there's something, kind of off, or well, I don't know, just something about Shane and Lori. And he's just telling him, I'll just, keep an eye out because something's up with Shane and Lori.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I was like, I saw that. I was like, man, this is like a soap opera already.
It is, yeah, you're right. And,
it's basically a soap opera with zombies, but it's good. It's pretty good storytelling. He just completely shattered his world. He thought he was dead. He's like, it's my time, like I said. And he's feels like he has a chance with Lori. And who knows, even before, he might have had a thing for her, and he took over. But I don't remember reading that in the issue in Volume 1 at all. Like something, if Shane had something, or always had a thing for Lori, but maybe he just figured.
I don't think he had a thing for Lori. I just think that, okay, Rick's dead.
Yeah, exactly. Now
he's gonna die. Those zombies gonna get him. It's my turn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That those feelings established because of that fact. What you just said. I just figured that there was in the past.
Carl's my son.
But, yeah. The twist. That's
so pretty much, I think Shane wants to stay where they're at because he feels like the government's going to come and save them, and I think Rick wants to move the camp toward the city, maybe, or away from the city because. Rick saw how many zombies were in the city, so no, we need to get away from the city. And Shane's like, no, the government's close. They're going to hit the cities first. We need to stay here. We're close. Yeah. We're like in the suburbs of the city, And Rick disagrees, and there's an attack on the camp by zombies.
Well,
go ahead.
What part before you said that? What part was
Rick and Shane were getting at it. They were having a debate because Rick wants to get further away from the city.
Oh, yeah, they're talking about that.
Shane wants to get closer.
Yeah, well, yeah, they do that, and eventually they wanted to get more supplies. So
that's right.
Glenn and Rick go back in there, and beforehand, I guess Rick had an idea of possibly camouflaging or disguising themselves in what we've seen. So he tells Glenn they see one of the dead zombie. And he tells him, rub some zombie on you, basically. And I think if we have the scent around us so strong that they're not going to discuss.
Whoa. This is in
the book.
This is in the book.
It happens in the show, too.
Here's the thing, though. I don't recall them in season 1 knowing that information.
They don't know that information. It was just an idea that Glenn had.
No, yeah, but
or Glenn or Rick, one of them.
No, it was Rick. It was Rick.
Here's the thing, though. I don't think they do that. Quite remember, but I don't think they come up with that idea, or they don't know about that until later on. Not in season 1. Season 1, they didn't know. Are you about
sure? Because I think in season 1 they were going back to the city to get some ammunition, and they ended up getting like dead body parts and like shoving them in their pockets and rubbing all the blood on them, and they went in then, and then I think it started raining. As well, and it happens in the book too.
Yeah,
it starts raining, and then they notice, oh shit,
because the smell starts rubbing off of them.
I remember season 1.
In season 1, that's when they get stuck underneath a tank.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do remember that, but that's the thing. I don't remember them getting that idea that if they have the scent, because I remember when they first meet Michonne, that they're curious how come no zombies are attacking her. Is because she has
she had
two zombies. Yeah, she had 2 zombies chained up next to her.
Oh, and that's probably how they got that idea.
Yeah, that's when they're like, how is she not being attacked? And then they figured out, it's because when you're, if you keep them around you, they don't suspect you.
Okay, so yeah, that was later on then.
Yeah, right. See, in the season, they don't get that idea yet.
Okay, so
that's interesting though. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so yeah.
But from what I remember, then pretty much.
So what were they going back to the city? Was it for ammunition?
Yeah, it was for just ammunition and any supplies they get. But I think it was mainly ammunition is what they got. They got a shopping cart and they loaded up at a gun store. And Glenn's like saying, like, I've never been this far in the city, and it's because it's actually working. Their Rick's idea of disguising, camouflaging their cells with the scent of the zombies, and they don't suspect a thing. But at the same time, I think at first, initially, they thought it wasn't going to work, but I guess it didn't matter because the scent was so strong around them. They didn't bother. What's it called? No, you know what? I take that back. They were kind of acting because it's zombies are all moving slow, and you notice these guys are moving around pretty fast. Even with the smell, they're just kind of raising suspicion. You can tell.
Yeah.
They were, and they mentioned it, and then it started to rain, and then the zombies start being aware. And then Rick's telling Glenn, Harry, we got to get out of here. And then I forgot what they hit, and they knock down the cart, and they fall down. And then all the stuff falls out of the cart. It's like Rick tells Glenn to quickly just grab as much as you can back in the car. We got to get out of here. And it was just a close call, and they made it. I don't know. I can't remember. Lori was like afraid or worried that he wasn't going to come back again.
Exactly.
They feel like he lost him. And Shane
was
there like don't worry. It was like he's getting cold. It's like just
come here, baby.
She didn't care.
Shoulder.
Yeah, and she's like, leave me alone. And she was just really frustrated because he came back. Yeah. So they did come back, and then since they had plenty of ammunition, they wanted to teach some of the kids and everybody else to start learn how to shoot.
Right.
That was Rick.
Okay.
Yeah. They wanted.
Whose idea?
That was Rick. Rick wanted to.
Wow. Okay. Then,
show
this is way different than the show.
Yeah, because even the kids. I'm going to interrupt.
Go ahead.
I know. I was just saying, like, even the kids, because he was saying everybody needs to pretty much put their part, even the children, and try to show them and do their best to defend the camp and everybody else. So they need to know how to properly use a gun, just for that case. So that was pretty interesting. But yeah, they had plenty of ammunition to do target practice, and that's what we're working on for a while.
That when the camp got attacked?
No, So basically, from what I remember, after that, then there's a few times too they go hunting. One time they got a deer, and then there's a few times too they run into some random dead zombies, and they're just looking, just wondering what happened and who this guy was, and eventually I think they went hunting at one point. It was Rick and Shane. And then Lori and I forgot the other two. Who's the older lady?
Dale.
No, the lady.
Carol.
Carol. She's the one that was abused, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, wow. Okay, then that sticks.
It was her,
series.
and I forgot who else is in there. So I forgot her name. But the three of them went to go wash clothes.
Andrea, Amy.
Yeah, maybe either one of those. Yeah, and
Amy,
man, Carol's her name, right?
Carol. Yeah.
Oh man, she is just bitter as fuck.
Oh yeah.
She is very bitter, and like
talking about how like what do you care about laundry? And
it's like why do we have to do laundry, and why did they go to get the hunt? Blah blah blah.
You're right.
And it's basically just Lori seems like they always put her in her place. It's like as much of a Christian and religious person she is, she's very judgmental and criticizes a lot about stuff like that.
So you're telling me in the comics, Carol, she's bitter? You say?
Yes, it just bitter. To me, she comes off as very bitter and very
unhappy.
Yeah, she's pissed off. She makes like a lot of snide remarks, and she just doesn't seem like that happy at all. Like, but
she wants some of Shane. That's why. Those Lord getting it.
Damn, Shane. Mine, says Carol.
You're a popular man in the camp, Shane.
Yeah, but no, that's what it came off to me. Like, that's what it came off to me. Is like Carol, like, man, she's just damn what. Bitch. I hate to say it, like that's what certain comments she made. Like, damn, what? So she's just like, she seems very unhappy and bitter. Everything and everything's doing, or I don't know. She just seems.
She wants to get hit.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, in the comics, Carol, she is still with her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does she have children?
There's children.
Yeah,
there's children.
Is she supposed to be older and he's younger?
No. In the comics, I think he's older and she's younger. I think.
It shows like
you're not talking about Carol. Then you're talking about
who's the older one?
Fuck, I know who you're talking about now.
It's the one I remember watching a show. I thought that was her. Like she used to be abused.
Carol. Yeah.
The one like she's
the
like
one getting abused. Yeah. Carol was even in the show, she was getting abused by her husband. Yeah,
because I remember that, and that's what stuck with me when I was reading it. We watched that one random episode, and never seen the show.
Yeah,
this is the random episode. I forget what season, whatever it was, we're watching. But I remember that, and as soon as it talked about, she's been abused and all that stuff, I just recognized it immediately. But in the comics, volume 1, when I'm reading it, she looks older, and her husband looks younger. It's just like it just seemed kind of not off-putting, but it just seemed odd because you figured she would be somebody close to her age. She looked older as far as age, of course. Well, that's stupid. I don't know why the hell I said that. I blame Raph and his fucking prescription.
I get the blame for everything, don't I?
Right.
You're sitting there fucking existing and breathing.
Breathing my air.
Yeah. I fucking called it.
All right, so what else goes on?
What are we talking about again?
So those target practicing, Rick's idea was to teach the kids the target practice. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot from you guys.
I like this.
Yeah, it's actually a lot interesting. Okay, so what?
I was because
I'm gonna get into the show. I'm gonna get into the show, and I'm gonna tell you how much different.
Here where left was three. The women were washing clothes, doing laundry, and then the other guy, Shane and Rick. I don't know if Dale was there, and I think it was just Shane and Rick. They went hunting for food, and then a zombie came out of nowhere and started attacking the ladies doing the laundry. And it was a pretty close call, and I can't remember who killed it, but everybody was fine.
Oh, okay.
It survived. It was a scary moment, and I think
we're talking about Donna. I think we're talking about Donna.
Is that her?
Donna, yeah.
Donna's a better one.
Yeah, Donna, because she's older.
Yeah,
I have to look it up, man, because Carol is not. Carol's a younger chick. And Donna had and Alan, I believe it was Donna and Alan. They have 2 kids. Or dude, I forget, man. Damn it! I should have took notes when I was reading this, but I read this like in 2006.
I was reading. I was rereading some of it today at work, so I was just trying to get a refresher course. That's why I can remember. It's not that I retain information very well. It's just I can recall it because I did it today.
That's the last one. I got Blue Moon.
Yeah, all right, cool. Stay away from my left street.
Shut up.
Okay. Anyhow, so after that, is that when the zombie gets attacked?
Like, no, hey, Jesus, man, I'm fucking working on it. Some patience. Don't you like suspense?
Hold on. I do want to ask before. How far do you want me to go into the series?
Go as far as you
want.
I
was cool. I was going to get to the ending of at least volume 1 what I read.
Do that, and then I'll go ahead and speak my mind.
Okay, so that happens, and then
but you'll love the ending of this.
Yeah.
Watch, but we'll
get to that. I'm already kind of liking this.
Always say
I watch this show, and it's like, damn, man, this is very.
Well, that's why I always say read the damn comic before you watch the show, or even if you want to watch the show, because they are two very similar yet different storylines.
Yeah, okay.
I think this freaking comic's so much better.
I'm gonna take your word for it because you're telling me that it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Do not disappoint.
I do not.
I have your knife.
I go ahead, pow.
I was just trying to recall what it was. Damn. Fucking doing laundry. Yeah, this and that.
What do you do when there's a zombie apocalypse? I don't know, man.
Do laundry. I just said it. That's what they're doing. That's their pastime. It's fucking boring. Little life.
Keep them white as clean.
I'm trying. Okay, well, but from what I remember, everybody survives the attack, and
I think tide's a priority over there. Tide or cheer. I think it's a priority.
Be currency for them.
What about the pods? Do they have pods? Do they have pods over there?
What the fuck is pods?
The little pods you throw in the dishwasher.
When you wash your clothes.
Yeah, they have them for dishwashers. Little pods.
Never heard of them. Liar! I never heard of that. You use a dishwasher?
Yeah, I use a dishwasher.
I wash my shit by hand like a man.
Yeah, I wash my stuff.
You wash your clothes?
I mean, not my clothes though. Yeah, see that's when the pods come.
I mean that considers being a man, right? When you wash your dishes by hand. You guys know this?
I guess
it does. Let's go with that.
Do you not see that bench I made outside? That's a man.
No, man, no.
That's a man's work.
Nah, man, I disagree. The first,
how many splinters?
The next woman I see, I'm going to tell her that I don't wash my dishes by hand. I have a good feeling to be impressed.
That's how you woo the ladies. I used to do that too.
That's how you woo them. You don't whip out an encyclopedia and tell her that I'm going to read this someday. That this shit don't work anymore.
Well,
those days are over.
I know I'm handcuffing you when the zombie apocalypse happens. You washing my dishes. No dishwasher.
So what you got? What's your skill set? I know how to wash dishes by my hands. All right, we can use you in my party.
Fucking.
All right,
look at a knife. I've been sitting here trying to recall what happens right after that. I'm kind of spotty. If people are if they do listen, they're gonna say, "You missed this part, dumbass."
I know.
Okay, the next part I can remember is that Rick. I think Rick and Shane kind of butt heads again about moving out because it's starting to get colder, and he didn't mention that earlier. Rick was like, "It's gonna get cold. We need to move. We need to go someplace warmer." Because he feels that theory of how the army's going to come here. It's not going to happen. We don't know that. This and that. We got to get out of here. Okay, well, like I was saying, I might be jumping around a bit, but Rick was showing everybody how to properly shoot and learn how to defend themselves, even the children, because they came back with plenty of ammunition for practice, and he made he pretty much made an announcement eventually to everybody that he's going to give his son Carl a gun to hold, and it's always going to be holstered and only going to be used if in the event of attack or what's in threat. So, and they told him if he ever was to remove the gun out of the holster, then he's going to have to he's going to be taken away. Be disciplined because that's the deal.
Not good. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, none for you, little. I was going to say Timmy, Carl. But, and then eventually, I'm going to flash forward a little bit, but they do experience, another attack as they're having a little dinner, around a fire, and they're trying to get to know each other. some of the characters in there were explaining what they were doing before.
Right.
All this happened, who they were, and like as far as like where they worked and what was life like before all this happened. And then all of a sudden, I got to get mine, says the zombies, and they just start going nuts, and everybody starts defending each other, and it's pretty hectic. Then, unfortunately, I forgot her name. The young one, Amy.
Andrea's sister. The TV show. I don't think she was there.
She gets bitten, and
no, baby.
Yeah. What's it called? Yeah. Then unfortunately, her sister, I believe. Andrea, she doesn't want to see her turn into one of those, so she kills her.
Yeah. I think Jim is that.
Yes.
Jim?
Yeah. He takes it very personal and starts getting one of them and saying, "You killed my family," and this and that, and thinking he's just taking his frustrations out on it. And eventually, he got too careless because his frustrations and anger got the best of him, and he got bit.
Yeah,
and he's saying, and it's funny because it said it. And it's like, tell him like he got bit. And it's like, oh, it's nothing but a scratch. And it says like, but a scratch. And it shows a close up. It's like a chunk of his left arm gone. Yeah, scratch there, Jimmy. Yeah, don't look like a scratch, buddy. You're fucked. And so, everything's calming down. And then I believe Rick reinforces to Shane, like, we gotta go. This is fucked up. We can't stay here. And this and that. And he's just trying to reiterate the fact is like, what proof do you have of this theory that they're going to come? He's like, there's nothing. You have no evidence that the army's going to come and take care of us and save us. Exactly. We're fucked sitting here. We have to move. At the same time, Jim is falling ill, and they're taking care of him. They're trying to do his best, and it's taking a little longer from what everybody's seen as far as they know, and other people that got bitten before that turn into one of those things, and they think that the possibility that he might not turn into one, but they don't really know for sure. But they're just going on the basis that from when they seen with other people, how long it took him to turn into one of those damn things. And then eventually, he comes up saying, he knows what he wants to do, and I forgot who was taking care of, and she alerted the whole camp. And told him that Jim's made a decision, and it's pretty fucked up. Like, I kind of thought they were just gonna kill him right there. No, they don't. They take him all the way to town.
Let me be.
Yeah, they take him all the way to town and just leave him be. And he says, "This is the closest. Maybe I'll see my family again." And he just feels like he's at peace, and he doesn't want to have the burden.
That happened in the TV show as well.
It did?
Yeah, Jim, they left him at a tree, sitting down.
Yeah.
And they're like...
Same scene in the comic.
Bye.
Yeah. F1, bye.
Bye. See you if I see you.
Like, all right, Jim, call us if you need anything. Kind of one of those things, and... Yeah, he just pretty much spared him the burden of just dealing with him, and he just cared. He wants to be with his family.
Exactly. Yeah.
So then, after that,
they buried Amy. I think.
Yes, they had like a little funeral for her, and everybody went around and said how they felt about her and this and that. I can't remember. One person said she didn't really particularly like her, but they're a unit and essentially in a family just between them. They still care for each other because they need each other. They need each other to lean on each other so they can take care of themselves. And then, I think there's one more final showdown the next following morning.
Showdown.
They wait. Well, I was going to say between Rick and Shane. Shane's like, Rick, we got to go hunting, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well, give me a minute. Let me wake up. Yeah. And Carl wanted to go. And Rick said, no, it's going to be me and Shane. Carl, Dad, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, you stay here. Shane insisted, just let him come with us. Like, Rick's like, no, we got to talk.
That's right, baby.
Yeah. Right. And Shane's like, I think he's like, what are we going to talk about? So what we were going to talk about, I believe, I can't remember, but basically each person's got something different on their mind.
Yeah.
And Rick is pissed off because Shane's being so ignorant about staying here, and Rick wants to leave.
Yeah, okay.
And Shane, on the other hand,
wants to talk about the good.
About Lori and this and that. So they get in a scuffle and they fight and all this and that, and it gets pretty bad. And Lori well, was it? I can't. Oh yeah. Lori gets involved, and it's like, stay away. You know, you're crazy. Blah blah blah. And like Shane's is like, fuck this. I'm out of here. Yeah, I'm not dealing with this shit. Fuck these people. And he's just, he feels so broken because of the that Rick is alive and came back. Just shattered his world. What he thought he was gonna have with Lori. And he's like, storms off, and then Rick chases him down, like, and tries to talk to him and calm him down. And Shane is just going crazy. He's just saying, "Fuck this! Like, I don't have a life. I thought I could handle how this world's gonna be, but I can't." Right, he's going insane. He can't take it, and the fact that he took away what possibly could balance what's going on. Yeah. Now you take that away. He doesn't want to live. He doesn't give a shit anymore. And and Rick and Shane are just going at it, and then all of a sudden,
I think he threatens him saying, "You need to go," pretty much, or something like that. No, or
I just can't remember.
But he states like, "Yeah, we thought you were dead, or you're in the hospital, but you came back and you ruined this."
Yeah, he's bringing up the fact. Yeah,
happens on the show.
Yeah, he's just getting pissed off, and then he starts attacking Rick, and then all of a sudden he gets shot in the throat by Carl's. Rick's son.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I didn't expect that at all. I was like, damn.
Nice.
I mean, for a comic, I don't read comics that much, but man, I was
dark.
Yeah, it was dark. Good. It was interesting. Like I didn't expect that.
It was a twist right there,
Say
man.
Good.
It was good. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. I didn't expect that. And it's like, man, it's like,
for the kill.
And it's pretty sad because it's like, because his son, I forgot to mention earlier, his son, I believe he actually killed a zombie, but then like he's holding his dad, he's crying, he's like, it's not the same as one of those zombies, Dad.
Like it never should be.
Yeah, like it's like it never should be.
Yeah.
And that's how it ends.
Yeah.
Nice. I thought that was pretty good. It's like, man, I was like, I want to.
That is good.
Right there is like, I want to know more. Like, I want to see where the story goes. Like, man,
motherfuckers hooked.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, damn,
you called it, Jake.
That was good.
You called it, Jake. Yeah, that is a good fucking ending.
Overall, like, as far as we're pretty much going through the whole story.
Well, no, that's good. I mean, I'm happy.
Yeah. I thought my opinion and well, it's just my opinion. I thought it was really good and well written. I was just saying earlier, it was character driven by character development and story, and I love the fact it's just the outside, well, zombies and all, but what's really going on is the drama in between the people in the camp and learning who they are and their personalities and just some little character development, just stuff revealing here and there, just makes it interesting and wanting to know more. Like I said, as how that ended is like I want to see where these characters go.
Right.
I'm curious.
That is cool.
I never watched a show or anything like that, but
you don't need to.
Such a division because Raph always tells me to watch it, and you're telling me, I don't need. Either way, I think I might do both and read it and watch a show because that seems that's pretty damn interesting. So.
Robert Kirkman's on board with the TV show production and. He stated that, there's a reason why he went this route with the TV show, just to lure the comic book readers into the show and vice versa. You you watch the show and you read the comics, because it is two different stories, but yet there's a lot of similarities amongst the two, But yeah, I mean, like The Walking Dead, how crazy it sounds, is like it's one of those comic book series that. I enjoyed every single volume, every single thing I pick up and read, even if I missed so much storyline. I just started again. And it's Batman cannot do that for me. Any of the comics I read, I mean, they're Batman. I'm biased. He's my favorite superhero, but some of the storyline, it's just like it's not that great. Walking Dead for everything, it's right on the bullseye, man. So I'm a big fan of it for sure. So the TV show. What do you?
All right. Well, I want to thank y'all for informing me about the comics.
You're not welcome.
Shut up.
Yeah, you're not.
No, because that's actually pretty badass.
I'm not a politician or whatever.
Shut up. Anyhow, okay. Now from the show, most of what y'all told me. It's dead on like season 1
for the most part.
For the most part,
except Daryl and Meryl.
Yeah, except Daryl and Meryl. Like there's extra characters on the show that they become fan favorites. Like Daryl is definitely one of the fan favorites. A lot of people love him. Glenn, he's definitely the top three is Daryl, Rick, and Glenn. Those are the top favorites. And other than that, it's just like I'm glad that from the graphic novel, like Paul picked up on the character development, because on the show I picked that up big time. That is one of the reasons why I watch it. From what you told me about how Rick is like, well, we gotta teach these kids how to use guns, like right on.
Right.
In the series, I've always caught on, like from season 1 to like maybe season 3, he's always been indifferent. He's battling with himself about, we're still humans. We're still humans. Yeah. We gotta act civil or something like that. Yeah, but
there's rules.
There's rules and stuff like that.
Pretty much taking the fact that he's a copy applies that still, even there's no law to uphold.
Pretty much, yeah, because he still sees people as like people that we should kids. I don't think it crosses his head that he should teach them that they need to learn how to defend themselves in the world that they're in at the moment. So, I mean, that doesn't come up for him, and of course, like in the show, there is there is that tension between him and Shane, because Shane, that's your wife is my woman now, and it's just and
Punisher,
and it's just he starts off, he wakes up from the coma, goes through the city, gets saved by Glenn. There is the whole. He does go home and meets what was that guy's name?
Morgan and Dwayne. Oh no,
I think it's just Morgan. I can't remember if Dwayne's.
Because there's a scene in that. Yeah, I think you're right. Because he's like, his wife is crossed over and she's dead, and he's looking down a scope of a sniper. Yeah, I think on the second story, like he could kill her, but
exactly.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And
damn, that's
he loads them up, and they pretty
awful.
Much
to
see a loved one like that, and it's just and he does meet up with the camp, because that's that's pretty much what you call them, is the camps,
right.
Different people, and that campsite of course has his wife and child.
How ironic, right?
Yeah, and it's just off the back you get that Shane is with his wife, and there's other characters there too that you meet. I mean, and they progress throughout the series. Like Carol, she's a favorite too. I mean, she's the woman that in season 1, she's been beaten by her husband. She's been treated badly her whole life, pretty much. But now is the new, this is the new era. This is the new world. She becomes stronger as a person, as an individual, and she sees things. Throughout the series, she develops more, and now she's at a point in the series where she sees things black and white, where it's one thing or another. Okay, I mean, it's no longer, let's try to save this person. No, she sees you turning, she'll kill you. I mean, you're done.
Yeah, you're right.
You're done,
right.
And she's the one that comes up with the idea to teach kids how to defend themselves.
Yeah.
It's her idea, because in one part of the season, they get held up where they take salvation in prison, and
that's not in the first season.
No, not in the first season. No, this is season 3, I think.
Yeah, I think it's
season 3, and they take salvation in the prison, and she took it upon herself to take the kids off, but she would tell everyone else that she's taking the kids off to take care of them.
Right.
But really, she was teaching them how to defend themselves. And, she went behind Rick's back, because of course Rick is the leader. But yeah, it's just really great story development.
See, yeah, I mean, and I agree. Can you guess the thing that pissed me off in the TV show?
No.
Okay,
well,
so
what is it?
So I know what the hell. I was reading this before the show started.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
And then
you must be very proud of yourself.
No, and I'm like, cool. They had the TV shows. And
yeah.
So I'm watching the TV, and I was enjoying it. I really was. I thought it was not too bad. But they went to this building called the CDC, I think it was called. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
It totally went into another direction. than the book did. I mean, the book.
That's why I told you the ending of season 1. Yeah. I pretend like it didn't happen.
But yeah, I mean,
denial.
It did not make any freaking sense to me. And I was like, after I watched that, and I gave it its fair shake, and I watched all of it.
Yeah,
I didn't watch season 2,
baby.
I didn't watch. I mean, when they introduced the governor in season 3, that was normal. I was super excited because the governor is, which I don't know. In the comic, he's way better, dude. That's one of the best story arcs. That I've read in any of the comics. I mean, any comic.
Okay.
So I mean, it's really well written. So I didn't give it. I didn't even try to watch it because season 1 gave me so much of a bad taste in my mouth.
It does.
But maybe I'll try to rewatch it again. My wife was into it.
You just gotta pretend like the
No,
ending
I
didn't
don't want
happen.
I don't want to.
But it's just.
God, I really wish I could have an opinion on this, but I can't.
Well, watch the show.
But anyhow, it's
life.
Just.
I do nothing.
It's just. Oh man, like. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really like Rick's character in the beginning. He was so
blasphemy.
It was just well in the show. I mean, in the show because just
he's Australian in real life.
Good night, mate. Truth be told, you ruined me hot, mate. You ruined me song.
The way he was so like, humanity, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. But the way he is now in the updated series, I mean, he doesn't take chances. He defends his own, and that's his own. Any outsider, if you oppose us in any way, you're dead.
Right. Now, I think he's not Australian. I think he's
English.
He's
English.
Yeah, he's a British actor, actually.
Oh, he's like Hugh Jackman.
And then,
listen, Hugh Jackman.
And then,
listen, Wolverine.
All in all, I mean.
Rambling on, his eyes so big.
No, I think it's good because I'm glad you paid attention to the TV show because I honestly forgot about it and I stored it in the back of my brain.
Yeah,
in the little closet where it's like, don't ever access this shit ever again. So I completely forgot about it. But CDC rings a bell. And that type of it's like one of those shelters, like a bomb shelter. And whatever. But I'll try to get back into it.
And the way Daryl's character, I mean, when they first show him, like he's sort of a lost cause because he doesn't really know what to do with himself. But he and throughout the series, I mean, if you watch, he's one of those persons that still believes in humanity in a way. Sort of, he likes to save. Because the one thing that, like, I think it was season 2, where Carl, he gets shot, and they find a local barn, which brings in I
don't know if he read that, though, man. we're going way too far into the story.
That's what that is.
Silence.
Whoops. Yeah. Anyhow, it brings in some more interesting, more characters, and then...
the only thing I could take away from the show that I'm glad they threw in, which when I was reading the book at first, I was like, why don't you just do this? Is that who's Meryl or Daryl? The one with the crossbow.
Daryl's the one with the crossbow.
That is awesome because why would you shoot a gun if you know the noise attracts zombies? Yeah, the guy had it smart, right off the bat when gets a crossbow.
Yeah,
and you can reuse it. You don't have to worry about getting new ammunition.
Yeah.
They didn't, and I think Robert Kirkman probably thought about that after he wrote the book, and that's why I gotta get this new character in, which would make sense. So that I applaud that, for sure. But I think you kind of get the gist of The Walking Dead here.
Yeah. One thing I do want to mention though is they do pay homage to Breaking Bad.
In what way?
There's a moment, I don't remember what season, but I think they needed some antibiotics. That's right. Yeah. And Daryl's character is like, oh well, my brother, he which is Meryl, which is Meryl, is like he always kept a stash of drugs with him on his bike.
So they get it from Hector Salamanca.
No, but
that just took a stab. I don't.
But he says like we always kept the what's it called a stash of drugs in his bike. And one of them happened to be, I think it was penicillin.
Penicillin, yeah.
Yeah, it was penicillin because he was like, whenever he caught the clap, so he would have something to protect himself. Yeah. And when they get to his bike, they find the stash and they find a bag of blue crystals, which is the meth. For Breaking Bad. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But I mean, from what y'all told me, that's pretty cool. I mean, the graphic novel does seem like something that I should read.
No, definitely read.
But I mean, this new season coming up.
That requires work though.
This new season, this new season up does have everybody up in arms because of the way it ended.
I don't know, man. I think most of those people that are up in arms are full of shit.
Nice.
Okay. So that wraps it up on The Walking Dead. We're an hour in, by the way.
I had a lot of pointers for that, but okay.
You did. Yeah. So Stranger Things.
Wow.
The Netflix show called Stranger Things. I thought it was pretty cool.
Ever since I first heard that, like I remember seeing that they were promoting it like a month or so, and I was like, Periphery much? Stranger Things from their their latest album before that came out a year ago or so.
I don't know, maybe.
No. I was just talking about. Well, I didn't put two and two together, but the show wasn't out yet.
Right.
But the point I'm making, and Jacob's saying is, when after watching the show, and I'm a big fan of the band Periphery, album Juggernaut, Alpha and Omega double album, came out January 2015, and started realizing it seems like there's some parallels to that show. I don't. It's their last song on their double album from the second album is it's actually called Stranger Things, a song. I just couldn't believe that, and I don't know. I just started thinking about it when I started listening to that song one day. I was like, wait a minute, because the whole the album's it's a concept album. It's a storyline. It's pretty damn dark.
Oh wow! Really?
From what I can remember, it starts off with a character, and I believe it's female because I don't think they ever say if it's male or female per se, like in the songs. But the album covers, it shows a female in the middle, like in a cult, some kind of sacrifice or something, and basically they brainwash her, and like I said, I think it's a female, and to do dirty work, and I don't know. There's certain things in the album I noticed that has some parallels to the show, but I don't want to say exactly like it, but I just couldn't help but think of that song name. Yeah, the Duffer Brothers. That's I mean, I actually was curious. I looked it up on Google. I just put Stranger Things and Periphery, Juggernaut, Alpha and Omega album. Somebody put a Reddit post comparing it to the two, and he had a pretty a lot of more details that I'm explaining right now, but it made sense. Like, man, it's crazy, but I don't know. It's just a thought.
Stranger Things has happened.
Yeah,
so, that's a possibility. Now, as far as this review, guys, we probably will not go into detail the way we did with The Walking Dead, just because we're like an hour and 10 minutes. So just kind of give you our opinions on it. I thought it was a great show. Anything that what's her name, Winona Ryder can do that doesn't involve shit is good.
You've never said that before.
Probably last good movie that she did was Edward Scissorhands. Probably.
That's a big gap.
Paul, Ralph,
I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw that it was available to watch, I gave it a try. I did.
Was it free or?
It's Netflix. Fuck you. You know what? I'm done.
Do you pay
I think
sex?
I don't. Anyhow, when I first saw that it was available, I tried to give it a shot. I didn't really like it at first, and then probably like 3 weeks later, that was like, oh man, you gotta check out the shows. Someone I don't know who. Told
who's
me.
this? I want to know. Was that me?
I don't know. Maybe it was.
You saw it before I did.
Well, yeah.
So it wasn't me. I don't sound like that, by the way. I don't appreciate that.
Hey, sure, you gotta check out this show. I think that's how it was.
Oh shit! I thought it was Paul
probably.
Yeah. Anyhow, what's it called?
Uncanny.
I think someone. I forgot who I heard it from. Was like, yeah, it's a good show. You need to check it out. I was like, you know what? I'll give it another shot. And I started watching. I was like, damn, this is actually pretty good. It brings you back to the 80s, sort of.
Yeah, for sure.
But at the same time, it doesn't give you the feel of an 80s show, like your typical 80s show, like you're Pretty in Pink and your what's that the high school one where they're all in detention. Breakfast Club. It doesn't give
John Holmes. Is that his name?
Yeah. John Holmes. No, John Holmes. John Hughes. Yeah, same initials, man. That's a porn star. 13-inch dick packing.
But I mean, it just doesn't. It gives you a little bit of the stereotype of what was going on in the 80s.
For sure.
It does take a different toll on it. I mean, it does give you an example of how kids act. I mean, they're playing Dungeons and Dragons, they're reading comic books,
as far as nerds, basically, would say the nerds, like nerdy kids.
But I mean, just the kids in general. Because I mean, what form of entertainment did you have back then?
And I'm glad you brought that up because I was reading an article. Vin Diesel plays Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, he mentioned that back growing up in the 70s, 80s. There wasn't social media, there wasn't internet, there wasn't a lot of TV that he had access to, and a lot of growing up had to do with imagining things and doing Dungeons and Dragons. So that was really big back in the 80s, man. And I'm glad they brought that into the TV show
and to the media because I mean, if you tell people about Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, that sounds stupid, but no, it was entertainment. Goddamn it!
Yeah, they took this shit serious too. They fucking
then was
killed
more
each other.
Acceptable. Here nowadays, it's kind of like it's frowned upon, I guess. But back then, I think it was more acceptable.
I don't know. That seems like it might be the other way around, from what I remember. Really? Like you were called out playing that kind of shit. Like you were just a fucking nerd. Really? But I remember Rap's brother telling me like years ago.
I know you grew up in the 70s. Right?
No, I'm just saying from what I heard. It's just
possible. I don't know. I'm going based off assumptions, and whenever you assume, you make an ass out of you.
Oh, don't give me that.
Don't give me your lecture.
Fuck you and your
personal
construction, fucking terminology, or I don't know what the fuck.
But
no, they took it pretty seriously back then, apparently. And I remember, Raph, your brother, was telling me about that. And then I remember coming across that recently. Certain people, like, they would, depending on their character or whatever, when they're playing a game, and whatever consequence happens to them, they act on it. It's like, oh, you lost an arm. Well, okay, you're gonna get an arm cut, or you died by drowning. Oh, you're gonna die by drowning. I've heard of certain things like that.
Yeah, some extremists out there.
But I mean, the show. I mean, the way it presents itself is very, very good in the way that it gives you the nostalgia of the 80s, but yet it does throw in the twist. Like, I mean, the jock, he's a complete tool, but it shows towards the end.
Everything I was gonna say,
yeah, towards the end, he shows that he's actually compassionate. I mean,
we had no choice because he witnessed it.
Well, it's not just that, but like
you're not lying here.
Yeah, but I like what he's saying because I felt the same way too. It seems like almost like a realistic approach, like how people can be. Not this typical cliche how they had in the 80s. Right. They would have his Jack. He was just a complete fucking asshole, and that's it. Like, he's never going to learn. No, there are people out there that are, they are capable of being fucking assholes, but sometimes they learn and they feel bad and they regret what they do, and in turn, in the show.
Like that scene where he's cleaned off the marquee.
Exactly. It's like, He's like, you need a hand, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's like, well, I'm the guy. I'm the one who did it and took over. So he actually has some empathy from, not empathy. Well, he feels bad. He actually has guilt.
About this show, I thought it was really amazing how awesome of an acting job these kids did.
Yeah.
It was better acting than a lot of these adult actors out there for sure, man. It was pretty good.
And I like how these it reminds me a lot of like Steven Spielberg, like an E.T. and then when he did Super 8, and it reminded me a lot how these kids. I've seen some other movies with like how kids they act and this and that, and it's like I look at it, it's like that's not I didn't act like that, I didn't talk like that, but these kids and like E.T. and Super 8, like the way they act and talk, this is how I remember when I was a kid. It's like, why?
It takes me back for sure, yeah.
I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm a kid, like, I'm not going to cuss or be, this and that, like, or not trying to rebel and this and that. It seems like some movies, like, they don't want to capture that, and it seems like it's taboo or something, but no, that's how kids act, and that's how I remember acting.
If you think about it, it'll be a smart business move for most of these directors to hire these kids because they don't care about the money, really.
That sounds like that's taking advantage. I don't know where you're. I'm sorry. I had to call you out as soon as you said that. I was like, hey, damn. Hey, that's what you want to do. I probably would support you. I don't give a shit. I'm just calling you out right now, saying that sounds like you're taking advantage.
Yeah, well,
it's business, baby.
Gary Coleman got the bad end of the stick. The parents took the money. Ooh, yeah.
Why are you doing this to me?
But yeah, I definitely recommend the show for sure.
Yeah, the show is worth watching.
Yeah, the show is great. It brings back that some 80s nostalgia, and like in certain TV shows and films from the 80s, and it's well written, and it definitely leaves the show hanging with a bunch of questions, a lot of mystery, and I love when shows do that, or films as well. And there's just so many answers. So many questions didn't be answered. I'm sorry. And then when I've looked into it, of course they're going to make a season 2. And some theories are people saying like they purposely did that because, well, they'll explain it in the next season, or if they keep going, maybe later seasons or something. I don't know how long it'll take it, but either way, it was great. The characters are amazing. And just, of course, the kids and even the adults were really good.
So is season 2 going to be based off of what happened, or is there going to be
it's
a new storyline?
No, it's a continuation.
Okay.
From what I heard,
Wider better be in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe she's still good to me. But the way they ended it, I think it was smart because it ended as in if there was no season 2. It could just be left like that, but seeing as there is a season 2,
I agree.
It can go on because that's how I felt about this other show. It's called Rectify. I mean, right now, from what I know, it's on Netflix. It goes up to season 3, but the way they ended it seems like it's okay if they don't continue it, but if they do continue it, it'll be cool.
Yeah.
So
they're kind of playing it safe, but. Yeah, either way,
a lot of
if
shows
it continues
do that nowadays. They play it safe because you don't know if they're going to continue it.
Yeah, because a lot of shows in the past got shafted.
Yeah,
and shit like that.
Because I mean, that show, what Master of None?
Yeah. It didn't get picked up.
No, I don't think it got picked up for season 2.
It did. I thought it did pretty damn good.
Yeah,
it was a good show.
It's a good show, but it didn't get picked up. But yet, Orange is the New Black. That show got green-lighted for 2 more seasons before even season 1 got released.
Oh, yeah, it's because I'm not gonna say it.
Well, then again, I forgot what her name is, the creator, but she did damn good on Weeds. So
yeah,
I guess they gave her, they gave her leeway.
Yeah,
but whatever.
Wait, going back to the show and Stranger Things, what I really liked about it too, of course, I remember hearing about it was how great the soundtrack was, and just the past couple of years I've been getting into a genre it's called New Retro Wave, and it's based on 80s soundtracks of 80s action films and horror films, and they also call it like Outrun and synth wave and synthesizer bass, and a lot of the music it just reminds you of soundtracks from the 80s or from films and TV shows, and it makes the show even better. Yeah. It holds together it definitely plays a mood in a lot of scenes and certain songs, and I don't know what episode it was. Like, there's certain kind of, I don't know, kind of, I want to say love or, I don't know, emotional scenes with, I forgot his name. It's been a while since I've seen the show. But the jock, say the douchebag. And then the older sister of one of the kids, I forgot, and they're in high school, and I forgot what their whatever they're saying, whatever. The song in the background, it stood out a little bit more from most of the soundtrack of the film, but it's like, it's older 80s, but I don't know, I just love it. It just seemed really calm. It just fit, like I said, it was fitting the mood of the for the scene. And every time when the music was present, it bonded together very well. Yeah. And to me, the soundtrack just carries the show very well, and I really like it a lot. That's fucking amazing.
I couldn't agree more, man. The intro itself.
Yeah,
it's ultra 80s. I thought of Stephen King, to be honest with you, even though it's not really that
the ultra John Carpenter.
John Carpenter too. Yeah, it's just that even the title kind of faded and diluted, like it was supposed to be, produced in the 80s.
Yeah,
and then there's this one scene where, oh man, the jock. character is trying to lure the girl into his house and they're having a house party and everything. Well, the girl, her friend is like, no, I cannot believe you're going to stay, whatever. And she's like, no, you should probably just drive home. I'm okay. I'll find a way home. And she's like, really? Whatever. And then she goes to the pool. And then you got she's sitting on the diving board.
Yeah.
And you got this rip-off Eddie Furlong,
Eddie Furlong
guy, taking pictures, which I thought he was awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
He would have been a good, John Connor, knockoff. But
where is she?
He's taking pictures of her, and then there's this picture when he's getting it developed, and it's like you see this entity, and it's like, oh shit,
yeah.
That was awesome. I thought that was like one of the best scenes of the whole series. Besides the whole kid fight scene that happened when 11 had to break it up, in the junkyard or whatever. But I like seeing little kids fight. Awesome.
Place your bets. No, I'm not. The intro to the show. Though, it is. I am gonna say it just reminded me of Cliff Martinez. Composers for Only God Forgives. Yeah, that type of music is good and everything. I do like it, but where's my montage? I want to hear a montage. I want my old school 80s montage. When's that gonna come back?
Okay, I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I know what he's saying and all that stuff, but in a sense, you could say Cliff Martinez ripped off from the '80s, so. I know what you mean because that's what's going on lately and all that stuff. But
I want a montage like
I'm serious. That's
in sitcoms back in the day.
I want my Rockies montage, man.
Survivor.
Yeah. I don't know.
Ding ding.
I was gonna say though, but to be honest, after the conclusion of Season 1, I couldn't help but, it was great. I loved it. But at the same time, I couldn't help but be, I don't know what the word is.
Disappointed?
I guess, not disappointed, but I was pissed off because mainly, mainly because of the short film. You and me were kind of working on a storyline earlier this year. It had similar plot lines, and stuff like that. And especially when it came to the music too. Because the soundtrack I'm going to use for the short film is by a composer named Dynatron, which I actually got the permission to use it. And, somebody is not familiar, of course, with the music. And, as far as what I'm trying to do, and if I actually produce it and actually film and do everything, I just feared, like, everybody's, it's just a Stranger Things ripoff. I was like, no, I had this idea, like, months before the show came out. Of course,
for sure.
Either way, it's coincidence, but... I just like, man, I think I got to rework the story. Or
No.
I started thinking about it the other day. And of course, I don't want to reveal too much because I'm still working on it. But I was thinking about it, like, you know what? This is actually a pretty good storyline. And as far as the plot or what we got going, I think it could speak for itself.
Absolutely,
and I actually do. I think I restored confidence in myself, and as far as finishing the writing, and I still want to get with you one day, Jacob, so we can finish it and get this going because it's been
well overdue. If we would have got it rolling, we would have been like, oh. They stole it from us, for sure. Which they did, regardless, because we have
which they did,
because it was mine.
It's not. There's certain plot points I think that resembled it, and I don't want people to think it's like, oh, you just ripped off Stranger Things. Go fuck yourself. Like I started this in December last year.
I was thinking about that too when I was watching the show, and I was like, The Duffer Brothers, right?
Yeah.
They had an idea.
Yeah.
And they ran with it. I'm like,
if
only we were quicker. But I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not the story.
Either way, even if everything was going to go, like we had everything completed before earlier in the year and everything, I'm barely at the point where my hair is long enough for the character. Like I think I'm close. Like I think I'm pretty content as far as like the length of how I want it to be. Mm-hmm. So it would have took this long anyway. Yeah. So I would probably want it to be longer, right. Even if we were ready by like May or June.
I'm just thinking, like watching the show, and it was a damn good show. It's not the same.
Yeah,
it's not the same.
No, it's not. It's not.
There's points in there, you know, like, oh shit,
yeah.
okay, but
I was just,
it really is not.
Yeah, I was overreacting, overthinking it. It's not. Like I said, I got revisited it yesterday or the day before. I started going through my head. It's like, you know what? This really has nothing to do with it. Yeah. There's some minor things in there, but, you know, if you want to be a dickhead and try to compare it to that, then, well, fuck, I guess. But exactly. I think the only thing that would probably, people will try to compare it to it is just the soundtrack. It's synthesizer based, like similar to the Stranger Things. And, well,
I mean, if you think about it, we have emails, or you have emails.
Yeah, I have messages, stating
I still have when you can get the permission, and he was like, "Oh, that's I don't know, I cannot do you know,
you can't do
Danish or whatever accent,
Danish,
but he was cool. Apparently, you know, being a part of it. So that doesn't take anything away from the show because the show is pretty cool.
Yeah, either way, I like the show. The show is great. I'm looking forward to season 2 because. I didn't expect it to be as good as what people told me that how it's going to be, and especially just seeing and all those promotions on Facebook from Netflix, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" I just couldn't help but still think about Periphery. It's like, okay, whatever, but I never really got too involved in it at first because I didn't know what the hell it was. Well, hell, nobody really did, but it just became a hit, and yeah, it's a good show.
I'll go buy a bunch of Christmas lights now.
Oh yeah, menorah, on your wall, and then spell.
Put the alphabet on.
On
the wall.
But, well, no. But make your own alphabet that says I love.
all I could say is this: for some reason, I think that if you like Interstellar.
That's a good
probably
way to
like this show.
Yeah,
that's a good way to compare it.
I mean, it's not exactly. It's very different. They're both very different shows, but I think they have close similarities.
Yeah, well, I think the overall tone is. Well, I take that back. I was gonna say either way, both are good though.
Yeah, because I mean that's a good comparison, just because they are two different type of stories. But I mean, it's just the way the story is told.
I wasn't really going by the story.
Are you talking about comparing to the upside world and then and the Tesseract?
Exactly.
That's what I was thinking. The connection right there.
Connection on that, like it's interdimensional. Because it's like whatever we're doing right now means what we're doing right now, but there's also something else going on that we don't even know about, you know.
Like right now, I'm jerking it outside.
And I'm with them for some reason. I don't know why.
But people are cheering me on too.
But yeah, I mean, I love those types of movies, and Interstellar's up there, top 10 for sure. Freaking Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Everybody doubted his ability to act.
That was awesome.
Were you trying to do McConaughey when you said that?
No,
that sounded like that. Don't bullshit me. Don't lie to me.
I wasn't trying to do it.
Your ride home depends on it.
I'm just saying that everybody doubted his ability.
Man, sometimes I think your chest hairs are just annoying as fuck, Raph.
Best McConaughey movie ever. Go.
Failure to Launch.
Fuck you. No, come on. Don't stall with the laugh. Come on.
Okay, Lincoln Lawyer.
Time to Kill.
No, that was a good movie. Well, I never seen Time to Kill. That's with Samuel Jackson, right?
Yes, sir. And Sandra Bullock. And,
no, he's a lawyer, though, too, right?
Yeah, he's a lawyer.
Lincoln Lawyer, yeah. Lincoln Lawyer is excellent.
What about...
Cliff Martinez on there, too, with that soundtrack. I wasn't too familiar with his work before. Of course, you got... that was like one of his first films.
Dazed and Confused.
Yes.
They stay young.
Yeah,
they stay the same
haven't
age.
seen the movie yet either.
That's a good movie.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Dazed and Confused yet.
It's funny though because
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's Sean Penn, isn't it?
Yeah, Sean Penn.
That's
an awesome.
I still haven't seen that yet. Is that the one with the
70s or 80s?
Is the 80s?
Is that the
early
one?
80s? It has to be early 80s.
That's the one with what's her name? Phoebe Cat.
From Hateful Eight. Yeah.
Huh?
With the Hateful Eight?
Hateful Eight.
Jennifer
Lee.
We talking about Phoebe Cates.
I was talking about Phoebe Cates. That's the one with her with the whole
and Jennifer Scott Lee or something like that.
Jennifer Jason Lee.
Jennifer Jason Lee. Yeah. She's in there, but no. But that's the one with Phoebe Cates.
Phoebe Cates. Yeah.
It's
Phoenix
funny.
Phoenix TX, a band from Houston, made a song because of Phoebe Cates because of that movie.
You know, it's funny though. I was at the pharmacy. And I was just scrolling it through my phone, and I saw a clickbait of her. It's like what she looks like now. I was like, that's funny. I wonder what she looks like now. So I just Googled her image, and it's like, all right, I'm flipping through it, and then that fucking I'm scrolling through the pics, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as I scroll it, it's an uncensored picture of that.
Nice.
I'm like, dang, I hope no one's next to me. But yeah,
you know who's with that right now? Or I think they're married.
Who?
That guy Klein, Klein. He was in Wild Wild West. He's also in that Vegas movie with Michael Douglas and Morgan Freeman. Las Vegas, I think.
Yeah.
It's something Klein. I forgot. Kevin Klein.
Yeah.
Really?
He's like 2 times his her age, kind of. He's like in his 60s, 70s. She's in her 40s, man.
Hey, going back to your CVS story, were you in front of the Plan B aisle when you looked at that?
No, I was just sitting down waiting for the prescript, but
I got you, man.
I was like, damn, what if somebody was right next to me where I was scrolling?
I went to the Houston Public Library downtown when I was a kid, right? And then you know how they have public computers, and they have these little screens on the PC that you like. If you're at an angle, you cannot see what they're watching, but if you're directly in front of the screen, you can see exactly what they're watching. So I walk right behind them. The guy's straight up looking at porn, dude, in the public library. I'm like, I salute him. Like, that's nice.
Well, he is at a public library, so it seems like he's legitimate enough to do it.
It is public.
It's media.
Yeah,
public library has public internet and all that shit.
Well,
censor him, man. What are you against the that one amendment? I think probably existing.
The one amendment.
Yeah, Chris Hernandez would know what I'm talking about. He backed me up. The one amendment.
But
I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
We've been rambling on a little too long here, but we
had
beer.
Yeah,
so
I was going to go back to what we were talking about initially, though, because you're talking about Matthew McConaughey. I was just because for the longest he just had that rom-com career, the phase going on for a while. Just like really rubbed me off as like him as an actor. I didn't really pay attention to him because I was like, this is stupid.
Of course not. Nobody wanted to give him a good shot at a good.
Well, I didn't follow him too much, but I was always curious why he went down that route. And I guess he just did 1 or 2 films, and it was kind of a hit. And like I guess Hollywood
kept casting them.
Yeah, typecast pretty much. Yeah, time. And he just stuck with it, and maybe it was, I don't know. Either way, it's not. He's bad for doing it. It's just the way it is, how it happened. Yeah. But it just took attention away from me ever really noticing him as a good actor, because I wasn't into films like that. So
well, he makes me want to get a lot of money and drive a Lincoln.
No, but what's it called? I mean, when I said that, it's because I watched it recently. But I mean.
He's talking about the commercials.
Yeah, the commercials.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That fucker is doing that, isn't he?
Yeah.
Damn, Lincoln.
Because Lincoln
really stuck to him. No, but he was damn good on True Detective.
Yeah.
That show was hilarious. Fucking badass.
He was insane in that movie, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that show.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like...
That was bad.
No fucks forgiven with that guy. Yeah, the guy was like a straight up like... He would do whatever it takes to get the job done for the most part. And
it was all in, like, I mean, that one particular case was stuck in his head. Like, he wanted it done.
Exactly.
Like, nothing was stopping him from
sorry
getting
for Daddario banging Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah. Oh well. You gotta live with it.
That was Paul when he was watching this.
Woody Harrelson.
Was that noise when you put? Did you make that noise when you put deodorant on? Fuck you. Fucking weasel.
Oh, man.
Muskrat.
Muskrat.
Fuck you.
Insult me all you want. I got you on that.
All right. So definitely check it out. That's my opinion.
Definitely check.
What are we checking?
We're checking what out. You're lost. Like I'm trying to keep up. I'm trying to beat the balance,
We did with this conversation
the
became Matthew
that we were talking about really was Stranger Things. So check that out.
Yeah,
but you can also check out Woody Harrelson banging the Dario.
Man, you shut the fuck up. God,
True Detective. Please do watch.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for hopefully you guys are listening to almost an hour and 40 minutes. But
wow, please do.
This is the Gentleman No Class podcast episode 4.
I am Jake Pedraza.
I'm Paul Jinky.
And I'm still Raph.
Fuck you, Raph. Fuck Raph. He's not getting it right home.
Well, we'll catch you later, guys. See ya.
Alrighty, ta-ta.